Evening, everyone, and welcome to Buffalo Wild Wings and the Coach Al Holland Show. And Al had a week off this week to prepare, so
Yep.
not so much excitement this week.
No, not as much going into it, but it is an exciting week because it's homecoming, and homecoming is always an exciting week on campus, and a lot of great things going on. But it was a great week for us this past week to get healed up. Also had fall break going on, so some of the kids got to get home to see some of their family, and got a little bit of a rest and seen a little different attitude in practice last night. A little refreshed, legs back underneath them. Got a little bit of the it factor about them, and a little bit of extra energy going into this week. So really liked our momentum coming off of an off week and the things we really worked on this past week moving forward into the homecoming week.
You know, homecoming always a big weekend. Of course, now we've incorporated the Hall of Fame in with that, and if they've got some highlights, we'll show you some highlights of one of the Hall of Fame inductees coming up right here.
Oh, yes. A very special one that goes in for us. And Trevor Hoskins came here and transferred in from Eastern Kentucky University, a Middlesboro native, set a lot of records down there, and then sort of rewrote the record books here in his 3 years at the University of Pikeville, and had a heck of a career for us and sort of jump-started us, and is a big reason why we're having the success we are now, because he's one of those building blocks that sort of got us on the map and done some little things like that.
You know, got to watch Trev play what time he was here, and I tell you, you were never out of a game with him because he could throw it all over the field.
You got that right, and he has that old Brett Favre mentality, and there was never a window that he didn't like. He would always find a way to get that football in there, and he broke the single-season passing record for yards, touchdowns, career touchdowns. You name it, he rewrote those record books in the passing categories, and he was a fun one to coach, and so glad to have him back on staff and coaching these young guys up right now. And you can see the growth in those guys week in and week out.
You know, Trevor, like I say, all the athleticism side, he's a really nice guy on top of that, too.
Oh, yes, he is. He's a great one. And just married a couple years ago, and his wife, Bailey Hoskins, played volleyball here. So, U-Pike means a lot to him, and it's a special time for him and his family this weekend going into the Hall of Fame. And hey, it's not just about him, it's about those teammates around him too, because it takes everybody on that football team to get guys in. And this is an honor for all those guys that played with him, and that whether the guys up front in protection or just all the guys on that football team, and it says a lot about all those young men.
It does. He'll also join one of your other coaches, Justin Lamb, in the Hall of Fame.
It will. And, Coach Lamb went in a few years back, and, he was a close one to me and always will be. We grew up together, and that was a special time watching him go into the Hall of Fame. I didn't get to watch many of his college games, but you get to hear those great stories. And, he rewrote the record books as a receiver, and always found a way to get open. And, now we got two guys on staff that are Hall of Famers. So I don't know if anybody else on campus can say that one.
Well, that's tough. It's going to be tough to say that. You're right. But one of the good things, too, is you're finally getting people that are part of the program coming back and also contributing.
Right, and that's what it's all about. And, you're sort of breeding your own, and it means a lot more to these guys that have played here, went to school here, graduated from here, got a master's degree, and Trevor did as a graduate assistant. And then, he branched out and then came back, and that's what's even more special. And now getting to spread that knowledge amongst this football team and to help these young men grow just like he did as a student athlete here at the University of Pikeville.
So you got a full weekend scheduled for this weekend.
It's going to be a busy one this week. So even basketball tips off here in the middle of the week with their little blast on Wednesday night, and then we got a little pep rally Thursday night, and Saturday you got Hall of Fame at 11. So Trevor goes into the Hall of Fame with the other inductees, and then you got recruits on campus. So we got about 75 recruits coming to campus this weekend, them and their families. So really excited about that and seeing the work that our coaches did on the road this past week. And then hey, it's tailgating with the Bears starting at 4 o'clock with Big Blue Smokehouse coming over from Hazard to start that, and our Bear Walk being at 4:30 for a 6 o'clock kickoff.
So big game coming up Saturday. We're going to take our first break, and we'll be right back on the Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Coach Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And we're Brandon Gibson, defensive end, number 90 with us. Brandon, have you had a good start to the season so far?
Yes, sir, we have.
It looks like you've done well this season. You know what? On the season, you got seven tackles, 4 assists, 3 solos, and averaging 5 yards per loss. That's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good deal. Where are you from, Brandon?
Seneca, South Carolina. It's about 10 minutes from Clemson area.
Okay. A big family?
Yes, sir. Pretty much big family. I got 3 brothers and 3 sisters, and yeah, we all pretty much live in the same household.
Well, good deal, good deal. Who would you say your biggest influence has been?
Probably my mom. She just works so hard, every day. I've seen her work hard and, come home and do things for me and my brothers and sisters. And, every day I just try to, be more like her every day.
Okay. When did you start playing football?
7th grade, I started playing, and I really didn't start getting playing time until I got in high school and, came from there.
Always been on the defensive side of the ball?
Yes, sir. I played defense and offense in middle school, and then when I went to high school, I played just straight defense.
Well, good deal. What kind of awards and things did you get in high school?
I was 3-time All-Region. Had a few Player of the Year's awards for my conference, my junior, senior year. Had a few Player of the Games throughout my high school career, football, just things like that.
Okay. What's the biggest difference you found between high school and college football?
Probably the speed of the game, physicality. Everyone's like athletic, everybody's not like, easy to take down. You got to bring your A game every game.
I know, obviously, I played some high school football myself, and the biggest difference I've seen is that, of course, you were the big man on campus in high school, and now everybody you're playing with and against it was that same guy.
Yeah, that's a big difference too. Everybody's not like everybody's good, basically. Can't take it easy on nobody. You gotta bring your A game every game, like I said, and come to play every game.
What's your major right now?
Communications.
Communications. What do you plan on doing with it?
Well, I want to be a sports broadcaster, after I graduate, or, work into that field at some point.
Well, maybe that's something we can work with you on.
Yeah, hopefully.
Good deal. How is it living away from home for the first time?
Well, I've been here for 3 years,
Yeah.
so I kind of got used to it. But at first, it was just, I kind of got a little homesick, not being away, by being away from my family. It was kind of hard on me, but, I got over it. And, now I done settled in. It's my junior year.
Does your family get a chance to come up and see you play very often?
Yeah, they come see me play all the time. I think they're heading up here this Saturday for our homecoming game.
Well, good deal.
Yeah.
Good. Always glad to see when the family can be up there with you. What kind of football goals do you all have as a team this year?
We just want to, win out the season. Hopefully get into the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs, and hopefully push for a national championship. It's always the goal.
Absolutely. That's good. What would be your favorite football memory?
My favorite football memory? I'd probably have to say my senior year when we won the region championship for the first time in I think it was 19 years. Yeah, that was my favorite football memory. To celebrate that with my teammates and the guys I grew up with, that was pretty special to me.
Well, that's a good deal. And who's your favorite NFL player?
My favorite NFL player ever or right now? Ever. Probably have to be Reggie White, because he plays defensive end, and I like the way he plays, physical, he uses his hands real good and his hips. Yeah, Reggie White, I had to say.
What's your favorite thing to do here in Pikeville?
My favorite thing to do here in Pikeville, probably come here to B-Dubs and eat the wings every Tuesday. We get half off.
All right, well, Brandon, appreciate you stopping by with us. We're going to take a break, so we'll be back here at Buffalo Wild Wings for the Al Holland Show in just a moment. Welcome back to the Coach Al Holland Show here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're with running back Willie McLeod. Willie, have had a good season so far.
Yes, sir.
I know you missed a couple games with some injury.
Yep. Yeah, a little hamstring injury. Wasn't too bad, but yeah, I missed some games with hamstring injury.
I know last week you had 9 rushes, 109 yards, had 2 touchdowns, one of them receiving, so pretty good all-around game.
Yes, sir. Offensive line had a really good game. We had a good game plan, so yes, sir, it was a good game for me.
Well, good deal. Where are you from, Willie?
I'm from North Augusta, South Carolina, right on the borderline of Georgia.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And let's see, come from a large family?
Yes, sir. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Do your brothers play football as well?
Yes, sir. Actually, my brother is a receiver, Brandon McLeod. He's a receiver for us, and my little brother plays basketball. Yes, sir.
Oh, good deal. And who would you say your biggest influence in your life's been so far?
My biggest influence is most definitely my mom. She's a tough person. All my toughness and everything that I do today, it comes straight from her. So, yeah, I have to say my mom.
And at what age did you start playing football?
I've been playing football since I was about 7 years old. So this would make it 15 years I've been playing football.
I know you're a junior this year?
Yes, sir. I'm a junior on the football field.
Junior on the football field.
Yes,
right.
sir. Senior in the classroom.
Right. And let's see, what kind of awards and things do you have in high school?
I made all area. I won Offensive Player of the Year. Got invited to a few combines and things like that in the off season. I won a running back MVP at a really nice camp. Just little things like that.
What would you say the biggest difference has been, Justin, from high school to college on the football field?
The football field, most definitely the physicality and the speed. You have a few people who are really good when you're in high school, but when you come to college, everybody on the football field was that good person in high school, so everybody's pretty good.
Okay. What's your major?
I'm a communication major.
What do you plan to do with the communication?
I want to be a sports analyst, so hopefully I'm on ESPN every single morning.
There you go. That's
Yes,
good.
sir.
That's a good goal to have.
Yes, sir.
I know you've been here for a while, but how is it living away from home?
Well, for me, I'm a little different. I've always liked being on my own, getting out, being pretty independent, seeing how I would last. But it's fun. I'm used to it. Like you said, it's my 4th year, so I'm used to the cold, used to Kentucky, and everything.
Do you have any individual goals set for this season?
Yes, sir. Just to actually I want to make all conference this year again. First team all conference this year actually, and really, but more than anything, I want to win. I hope we win out these last 4 and make the playoffs, make a nice little run.
Well, of course, you got between the two of you and X, we make a pretty good pair in the back.
Yes, sir. Best in the country.
Gives you a lot of that 1-2 punch, keeps you fresh legs late
Yes,
in
sir.
the game.
Yes, sir.
Well, good deal. And let's see. What would be your favorite football memory, you think?
My favorite football memory was most definitely my freshman year when we beat Georgetown. The last-second field goal, that walk-off, that was the best feeling I've ever had in football.
It's a big win for
Yes,
the
sir.
program right there.
Yes,
You're
sir.
right. Absolutely. What's your favorite aspect of the game?
My favorite aspect of the game, and it's not the things on the field, it's the things off the field. I think from football you get way more life lessons out of it. It just makes you super tough in every aspect. Because it's a tough sport, there's no easy way in football, so it just makes you super, super tough.
Who's your favorite NFL player?
My favorite NFL player, I would have to go with Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, yes, sir.
Pattern your running style a little bit after
A little
Le'Veon,
bit,
did you?
just a little.
Yeah. And what's your favorite thing to do in Pikeville?
My favorite thing to do in Pikeville. I'm gonna just go with eating. I'm a big eater, so I'm gonna just go with eating.
So you like these twos if you come down and get the free wings?
Everything, yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every time, yes, sir.
Well, Willie, appreciate you coming by.
Thank
and enjoyed watching you run the football here in the last couple years. And we're ready to take a break. We'll be right back on the Al Holland Show here from Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to Buffalo Wild Wings and the Coach Al Holland Show. And Al, got another big conference game coming up Saturday.
It is. It's the biggest one on the schedule, and we got to get to 1-0 this weekend. And like we've really talked to our kids, this is the most important game right now, and we got to continue to get better. And we've improved, I feel like, over the past 3 weeks. And since that loss at Lindsey Wilson versus a very good football team, we've sort of improved week in and week out. And we've seen growth this past week and during our off week, and continuing to grow and seeing some guys come within their own. You see a Darian Leslie end up making big plays for us, and a couple weeks ago at Point, and then last week having another big game. Bowen Smith's got better. Willie McLeod, like we just talked to, had a big week a week ago. And now you got that 1-2 punch in that backfield, and that offensive line continues to gel together as they've played a lot of ball games and a lot of minutes together, and it's starting to pay off for us offensively. And defensively, you know, our youth is starting to grow up, and we're building some depth with getting guys back, and hopefully that continues to grow and we continue to get better. And we're seeing it. The guys are flying around. You're starting to get more guys to the football and being in position where they're supposed to be and trusting the process. And when they're doing those things, great things will happen for us.
What kind of offense do you expect to see out of Union?
Well, Union's they're not going to change what they've done in the past, and they're trying to get the ball up and down that field. And you know, they'll mix the run in with the pass and trying to get big plays and getting you to suck in and take the run away and try to get over top of you. With the Toombs kid, very good athlete, and they got other experienced guys on the perimeter. So you know, he's been a kid that's been the player of the week in the conference and had some big games. So you know, we got to really find a way to slow them down, and we got to use. You know, our defensive line's got to be able to bring pressure this week and to get to the quarterback. They got a couple young guys. They played 3 different guys at quarterback. So, but they've had a couple young guys that have really stepped up that, you know, that are playmakers. They got a senior back there as well that's in that rotation. So you don't know which one you're going to get. And they can play all 3 in the same series as well. So you got to sort of plan for all and what each one brings to the table. So we got to be honed in on the game plan going into it and create some pressure to get them guys off their landmarks back there.
Okay. On the defensive side, what do you expect to see out of them?
Well, I mean, they bring back a lot of experience from a year ago and a lot of familiar names that we played against a year ago, guys that's going to fly around. And, you know, they feel like they're confident in the secondary and putting those guys in one-on-one situations at times. And, you know, they're going to mix some things up, blitz you at different times and trying to catch you off guard. So really got to make the routine plays, and that's what we really preach to our guys is making those routine plays, taking care of the football, you know, being fundamentally sound. And if we're doing those things, great things will happen for us.
With the off week, I guess you're probably healthier than you've been in a while.
We are, and you see that with the guys out there. Let's knock on wood and make sure everybody continues the week out strong. But, you know, they getting some guys back, and that's big. And, you know, even in, you know, some of those bumps and bruises are starting to heal up now. So it's really good for our guys to have that off week. Sort of fell at a good time. You know, we did have a lot of momentum. People, you know, wonder, you know, you're going into an off week, you had all that momentum, is it going to hurt you moving forward? And I look at it as a positive right now, and hopefully that has paid off for us. And with our energy that we brought to practice last night, and looking forward to a great night tonight. And I know these guys will be ready to get after tonight and fine-tune some details in our game plan.
Well, I know you're taking some of this time to work with some individuals and
Yep.
try to get a little bit better going into next week.
Right.
Are you going to change anything?
You may see a few new little wrinkles here and there and some things like that. And this past week was big for us and some of our future guys, and getting to see some of the future of what our program holds for us. And some guys that may not be getting, you know, 30 and 40 reps on Saturday. I got them a bunch of reps this past week, some live reps, and getting to see some of those guys is, hey, can this guy, you know, should we be working him on in now? Or, you know, hey, we're holding him to redshirt him now and looking for the big picture of things. But those guys, you know, competed this past week, and that was great for us as a football program to see sort of where we're going in that direction, and seeing some of those guys sort of work their way in and into some packages that, hey, we may be able to use down the stretch here to help us be successful.
Well, you know, we got a big weekend this weekend. We got the homecoming game.
Yep.
You got the pep rally. You got the blast off and the Hall of Fame. So
That's right.
a lot of things. You want to get everybody invited out to all this stuff.
Oh, we want to make sure everybody's out, and you know, we're going to be in an orange out this weekend. The kids sort of wanted to hit like the NFL does, a little color rush, so we'll be in all orange this weekend, and that'd be something great for our guys. And you know, they're big into the little details, so it'll be fun. We'll sort of build off that, and you know, we want to make sure everybody's out and make sure you get out to the tailgate. You know, it's going to be an exciting weekend, an exciting week here on campus, and come out and support these young men, support, you know, our Hall of Fame and everything that's going on campus. And but our players got to be with like a horse with blinders on. We got to stay focused in and locked in to make it an exciting and a fun Saturday night for us.
Well, good luck this weekend, Coach, and that'll do it for us here from Buffalo Wild Wings on the Al Holland Show.